In this video, I'm going to show you how to get your camera set up once you receive it fresh out of the box, what you can expect and how to set things up. So first we have our camera body. You'll have the screw that goes into your adapter. That'll be installed, but you'll just want to make sure that that's pressed all the way in. In shipping, maybe that could have dislodged a little bit, but there is the shape of the head of that bolt in there, and it needs to sit down nice and flush. So we take our Insta360 X4. Now, how we want to put this in is important. We keep our screen facing the panel on the unit, and the reason is because when you put that in, there's a switch here that has to make contact with the push button on the unit itself. So we push this in, hold it firmly, and then you'll see a light shine through the back side of the camera housing, and you should hear a beep to let you know that it's on. Now we have two different head units or lids. This is the low profile one, and this is the stabilizer lid. So most of the time you're going to probably use it with this lid. Now there's little bump outs that help you line this up. So you just take two of your thumb screws, you tighten those down, and you can leave the camera in here most of the time if you want, unless it's time to charge. You have to take it out to charge because this is a contained unit. We've got stuff all over to help protect it, but you do have to take it out to charge the unit itself. Now, as we navigate further around the system, we've got our stabilizer. Now, there's nothing installed on this as far as the whiskers at this point, but what you would do is take the whiskers that you receive, and you can configure the stabilizers however you want. And it's probably a good idea to have more than one so that you don't have to restring it to fit in different size flues. And the same thing goes, you could just string this unit as well, the lid unit, so you can put them, there's a bunch that you can put straight through, and there's a couple at an angle, so you can do all kinds of things. You can loop them, put loops this way, straight out, just create regular whiskers. And so this is pretty helpful, especially when you're dealing with a chimney where the throat is very skinny, and perhaps this system or this stabilizer setup won't fit through very easily, at least with the whiskers on it. So we take that, let me just shut this off for now. When you shut the unit off, you just hold the button in the same way. You have to press on it firmly and just hold it in, and then you'll hear the sound that it's turning off. So we put this guy on, we slide it down, and there's thumb screws that we get. We just tighten these. Just get them down snug. You don't have to go too crazy with it. Now, when also we're looking at the stabilizer, we can see that we've got these metal rods coming out. These help protect the camera lens. So this is a lens cover that comes with the unit. It's plastic. They do have glass ones, but this helps deflect dampers and different things that this might run into when going up at an angle. That helps protect those lenses because they can get scratched up pretty good. Just a little side tip: if you're finding that your lens covers are letting a lot of dust get inside and actually touch the lens of the camera, you can take some sort of sealant like hot glue and just put it around the edge. There's been some success with that. That keeps the dust off. Just be mindful that you'll eventually need to take those off. So whatever method you use to seal that up, you just want to make sure that it comes off. Now this kit also comes with an adapter to charge. You want to make sure that when you're trying to charge this, that you use the proper adapter, because some won't work right. So USB-C on one end, and generally you're going to want this type of USB connection on the other end, because the adapter needs to pump out 5 volts. It can't be a switchable type. It needs to just pump out 5 volts all the time. And so there's a little jack here. We We just plug that in right there. When we plug this in, we'll see a charge light come on right here. If the battery is low, you'll also see a red light that will show up in here as well. But when you have the stabilizer on, it's going to be hard to see that. But we have a little nifty hole right here that the light will shine through. So you can see when it's red, you don't have a lot of time left. And it's on both sides. So no matter which way you set this on, you'll be able to see that red light and that charge indicator. Now, something else that's very cool is these lights are pretty bright. Now, because this is only one light, but you can't tell because it's picking up two. But if we get close, we'll see that there's only one strip lit. There's a button right here that lets you enable two LED strips. So let's get that. And now they're both on. And you can turn one off if you'd like. So this is a good way to conserve battery. So you got your main switch down below here. That'll turn on your light. But then you have a secondary switch right here that controls how many lights. Now, if you're not using the wired kit, you'll have this cover connected. So this goes on like so. You just slide that on there. And then you take your adapter and you tighten that into the threads. And then you can spin it till you see this set screw poke through right here. And you might have to move this around to get it because it might not line up just perfectly depending on how the threads are set on the adapter. But you tighten this in and then you tighten that set screw once you have access to it, and that'll keep it from spinning. You don't want to over tighten this and go crazy on it, and just get it so that it's up there pretty good, and you set your Allen key in there and you tighten that up. So with the wire kit, the same thing applies, but you just take your wire here and you put the antenna wire into that hole and you slide it up in all the way. And you might have to loosen your clamp and wiggle this, but you want this wire to go all the way up inside. That's important. This has to go all the way up till it bottoms out. And so you might have to just adjust the plastic or the flexible piece here just to make sure that your wire is all the way in. Like I just pushed it up just a little bit. Now it's bottomed out. Now I just adjust this guy right here. And then I take my adapter and I screw it on in and tighten my set screw. So that sums up this part. The wire reel, you have to look at it on the website because it's too big to fit right here. So that is pretty much the system. It will run wireless on a lot of metal chimneys because the signal will bounce down and make its way in to the room you're in. But when you have the wire kit set up, you'll have the end. Let's see if I can get it to fit here. There it is. You'll have the end of your reel. There's on the side there's this antenna wire. Now this will pull out. So you can get this into the room a little bit where you are, but when you use the reel kit the way it's designed and have the arm that mounts your mobile device, so it comes with one that is for a phone. You can leave your phone on the reel and it will do what you need it to do. And you'll have to test the limits of your device and see how far away your phone will work from the reel system or your tablet. But you should be able to get a couple feet away or just leave it right on the reel system and angle it so that you can see it as you're feeding your wire. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.